Welcome back to Left Anchor. I'm Alexi the Greek.
And I'm Ryan Cooper. So, today we're doing another newsy episode. There's the news.
We heard the voice of the people cried out for it, and we heard you.
That's right.
It is.
And today there's just a plethora of stuff to talk about. And I wanted to start with talking about an incredibly hilarious story about my Twitter pal. His Twitter name is James Medlock, not Matlock. Important to be clear on that distinction for fans of 90s daytime television reruns.
Both important figures for different reasons.
Yeah. That's not his real name. I don't actually know what his real name is. But back in March, I believe it was, he was just randomly posting on Twitter he was just making a joke. And he posted, quote, "I'll bet anyone $1 million that the U.S. does not enter hyperinflation." And, you know, the joke, obviously, just to spell it out, is that if they do go into hyperinflation, then $1 million will be worthless. You know, because everyone would be buying bread with wheelbarrows full of $100 bills.
It's a good joke.
But anyway, this venture capitalist dude, Balaji Srinivasan, probably pronouncing that wrong as usual, but this dude is a former partner at Andreessen Horowitz, former chief technology officer at Coinbase, one of the big crypto trading platforms, at least the ones that's still alive for now. He took him up on this bet. He posted on Twitter, "I will take that bet. You buy 1 Bitcoin, I will send $1 million USD. This is 40-to-1 odds as 1 Bitcoin is worth $26,000. The term is 90 days. All we need is a mutually agreed custodian, blah, blah, blah." So the bet, you know, which sort of went back and forth, it kind of didn't make sense even on its own terms, you know, because the condition was that Bitcoin would reach $1 million. That's what Srinivasan was trying to lay down the market.
Claim?
In 90 days, Bitcoin is going to reach $1 million. But if you thought that, why wouldn't you just buy as many Bitcoins as you could get right now? Take your $1 million that you have and buy 35 Bitcoins or however many it would work out to, and then collect your payout when the $1 million mark is reached.
That would be a better bet if that's what you thought would happen.
Yeah. But it was, you know, I feel like it was one of those things where it's like someone just made a tweet off the cuff, you know, like, "Oh, I'll show this shit posting irony leftist dude, this joker who's boss, and I'll put my money down," and ended up just sort of doubling down on it to save face. And we learned today, we're recording on Tuesday, May 2nd, it actually went through. It wasn't even through, you know, they went through this legal negotiation apparently. And it wasn't actually in 90 days, but they closed the bet out. The way that Medlock, I think it's important to note, is a big tax positivity guy. He loves taxes, thinks taxes are great. We need more of them in every possible category. And so he arranged things such that he faced an effective tax rate of 70% on the $1 million. So they structured it such that $500,000 went to give directly, which was that was going straight to basically like poor people in Africa, like just straight up cash money in the pockets of those of you know, some thousands of folks. And then the other half went to him, where he would pay, you know, the whatever the, you know, gift tax is on lottery tickets and stuff like that. And so he would clear 300 he would get a third of it, I guess, or 30%.
Yeah.
So $300,000 because he tweeted something in 10 seconds. And
the best ROI off of a tweet, a shit post that we know of. And you know, pilfering from the wealthy and giving to the poor, some real Robin Hood tweeting going on, as it were.
Absolutely. And this guy, Srinivasan, he's like a big, dark enlightenment person. Part of the move, like the reactionary tech, zillionaire movement, he made a lot of money from getting into like tech stuff at the start of the web. He's big connection with Peter Thiel. And there were emails reported by the New York Times when the website TechCrunch published some reporting that was like looking into the links between the sort of neo-reactionaries, this guy Curtis Yarvin, who wants to set up, he's like a monarchist basically.
What's his name again that he goes by?
Mencius Moldbug.
That's it.
He wrote this appalling blog for a number of years called I forget the name of it, something starting with a U. But at any rate, when that article was published, the New York Times reported emails in which Srinivasan and Yarvin were talking or chatting with each other, and Srinivasan said, quote, "If things get hot, it may be interesting to sick the dark Enlightenment audience on a single vulnerable hostile reporter to dox them and turn them inside out with hostile reporting sent to their advertisers, friends, contacts."
Lovely. Charming.
Yeah.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Looks like.
And he published a article on, his website saying that, I only did this to expose the fact that we're printing trillions of dollars and it's going to undermine the economy and we're going to get hyperinflation, all this gloom and doom stuff that you hear from these tech reactionary guys. But I think that was basically just saying, covering up for the fact that he made a really stupid bet without thinking about it and lost $1 million for no reason. Not that it really, he's probably worth.
Do we know? Yeah. What's he worth? How rich is this guy?
I don't think he's a billionaire. He might be. I think he's in the mid hundreds of millions,
Yeah, sure. I mean, it just goes to show how ridiculously wealthy these people are. He's not like Elon Musk wealthy who can just flush down billions of dollars down the toilet, but he can flush $1 million down the toilet, apparently.
Yeah, and I think it was, there's the parallels with the Elon Musk thing were quite striking. He offered
Ego.
$44 billion, as basically a weed joke, and purchased the share at $42, a $4.20 joke. Then tried to back out of it, but the Twitter shareholders who were just looking to collect their bag for the chronically unprofitable website took him to court to force him to pay. And
that's right. This is not Nam. There are rules. There are laws. Yeah.
Yeah. At least there are when it comes to big time corporate contracts in the Delaware Chancery Court. You can't just post your way out of that. Anyway, we love to see it. All love to James, whatever his name.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Enjoy that money. That could really change somebody's life, I think. If you're sort of on the margins and you get a nice fat, mid 6-figure payout,
absolutely. I mean, never mind the 500,000 that went to people in Africa, right? Yeah,
and I think he deserves an immense respect for, he could have collected 70%. He could have collected 700,000, but he figured, 300 is probably enough. And, he just posted, I was right before we started recording, he retweeted something, it was like a little picture of a guy, figure on his back, this is the tax positivity staying in my body as even after I get $1 million.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. That's the end of the preview, folks. As usual, we like to mention that this podcast is sponsored by the American Prospect Magazine. So if you want to listen to the whole thing, you can subscribe at $5 a month. If you want that plus a free subscription to the website, plus the opportunity for a steeply discounted print subscription, you can do that if you so wish at $10 a month. And otherwise, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.